In this video, we're going to cover some of my highlights from this month's October 2021 Power BI summary updates, including things like the new heat map layer for the Azure maps, improvements to the switch function, and also the export to file API. All of that and more. So without further ado, let's get started. Hi, my name is Fernan and welcome to the Solutions Abroad YouTube channel, where we cover tips, tricks, and best practices when working with Power BI. I upload new videos every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when a new one is out. So the first update that I want to cover is the new heat map layer available with the Azure Maps visual. So we covered Azure Maps in the past, and with that coverage, there were a couple of different layers that you could use to visualize your maps in different ways. Heat map has just now been added, and heat maps are ideal to use when comparing large subsets of data. So let's say you want to see a footfall of your physical shops or shop performance across different regions. Basically, instead of dots, you can use heat maps to have a better alternative visualization for your maps. With the heat map comes with a lot of customizations and design options for you to play around with when it comes to using this layer. So in the format pane, you will have the opportunity to configure the radius of each data point using pixels or meters as a unit, customize the opacity and intensity of the heat map layer, specify whether the value in the size field should be used as the weight of each data point, select different colors from color pickers dropdown, set the minimum and maximum zoom levels for your heat map layer to be displayed, and finally decide the heat map layer position among different layers. So for example, 3D bar chart layer and bubble layer. Don't forget that Azure Maps is still in preview. So if you want to start using it, you need to enable it first. So you have to go to File, Options and Settings. Under Preview Settings, you need to tick that box and restart your Power BI desktop. When connecting via direct query for Power BI datasets and Azure Analysis services, you now have the ability to choose the tables you want to connect to. So before, when connecting using this type of method, you always by default connect to all the tables in the model. But now you get this window that allows you to select and choose which tables you want to connect to, which lets you keep your data sets a lot cleaner. There's also an option here that allows you to auto add any tables that get added later. So in case you're wondering if that feature disappeared, you can still use the tick box at the bottom. The switch function got a performance boost, so you should see an improved performance when using hundreds of values in your switch functions, or you're using references to other measures. And if you don't know this already, switch is a faster, cleaner way to string up if statements. And if you don't know how to use it, I covered it in a separate video, so check it out if you haven't yet. A new API has been added that lets you find out what assets a user owns or they have access to. So by using this new API, you'll be able to get a list of the assets that the user has access or owns. And it's useful in a governance perspective. This API allows you to easily ensure that people only have access to assets they're supposed to. You can also use this API to ensure, for example, if you have leavers in your company and they have assets that they own, this API will allow you to easily catalog if those assets have been handed over successfully before they leave. Deployment pipeline APIs are now generally available. Now, I covered this a couple of weeks back, and it allows you to programmatically create and manage pipelines using APIs, as well as some new APIs that allows you to do certain things. So now you'd be able to automatically add new workspaces to work with pipelines, and any relevant team members are given the same permissions. It allows you to standardize your release processes, and then it also allows you to centralize management of your Power BI content. And if you'd like to try out any of the APIs that we've been covering in the past couple of months without any headache, I covered how to do it quite easily using PowerShell. So if you want to go check out what you can do with the APIs to programmatically control your Power BI BI service, go check out that video. As a tenant admin, you now have an option to automatically install the Power BI app for Teams, making it seamless for your users to work and collaborate with reports without having to leave Teams. The auto install option is enabled by default. However, if you want to change and customize this, you can do so under the tenant settings in your Power BI service. A new API has been added that allows you to export Power BI reports using REST calls. So with this new API, you can export your reports in different formats like PDF, PowerPoint, or PNG. Just bear in mind that there's currently a limit of 50 reports per minute per capacity for this API. So I'm assuming this is a premium only feature, but if it's available for Pro, I'll most likely cover this in a future video. Object level security is now generally available for Power BI embedded. Object level security allows you to hide tables and columns to your report viewers, as opposed to the row level security where it's the raw data that's being hidden. This added security layer ensures that appropriate access is given to sensitive data like personal info or salaries. Power BI component for Angular is now recently released. This component allows you to embed Power BI reports, dashboards, visuals, tiles to your Angular apps. Angular framework is used quite heavily to create web apps, and having a Power BI component means that you can embed Power BI reports directly into apps, making experience seamless to users by not having to go anywhere else and work with it within the app. And that's really it for this video. So those were my highlight for this month's feature summary update. As usual, I didn't cover everything, just my highlights for this month's updates. If you want to see the full list, I'll leave a link to the blog post in the description box below. Thanks for watching. As usual, give this video a like if you found it useful. Give it a dislike if you didn't, so I know to do better for next time. Ask your questions in the comment section box below so I can help you and you can help others. If you really like this video, we have a Patreon page where you can support the channel and get exclusive perks like early access, demo files, and credits at the end of these videos. Thanks again for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.